guess this is day one of, for lack of a, for lack of a better term at this point in time, a poor man's travel blog. Full disclosure, I have somewhere between $26 and $38 to my name right now, up from only $9 this morning, and I'm about to start a cross-country trip. It's going to be awesome. Follow along. First step, putting this trailer onto this trailer without catastrophe. Without catastrophe. Wrong way. As you can see, I already started the process. Thankfully, you didn't have to watch it all. Because honestly, this is a pretty slow process. You'll get the picture pretty easily without having to suffer through a whole lot of watching it. Just put some blocks down here so I can afford to let this guy slide off. And keep cranking it up. I'm just using ratchet straps as a come along. If you hadn't guessed yet, the reason I don't have a come along is mostly because I can't afford one at the moment. But you know what? Rich people get richer by making travel blogs, so that stands to reason. Yeah, the only reason poor people don't get rich by making travel blogs is because they can't afford to travel. But they would be able to afford to travel if they traveled and made a blog about it. So that's kind of the idea here. And the other idea is to pick up a car that I bought in Utah 7 months ago at the beginning of COVID, and I haven't gotten yet. And delivering some stuff on the way is going to enable me to finally make that trip. So that's the other point of this. So, killing two birds with one stone. 3 birds. One bird is getting the car. The second bird is having fun. And the third bird is getting rich by traveling and filming it. And assuming that there are people out there who want to watch someone do that. And hopefully be inspired. To find their own way to get rich. Some of my other favorite activities include working on farms. And I believe that fact justifies getting rich by traveling, because I'm spending the remainder of my time making a meaningful contribution to society. And after I'm rich, I will continue to do so. In fact, I'll do so even more because I won't be stressed out about whether I can make a living, which you can't really by growing. That's not true. You can make a living growing food, but you gotta have some money to start. Or, I mean, you gotta start somewhere. You You gotta invest time or money or something. I mean, there's no one right way, but basically, I want to have some property, a couple acres, 2 acres, 200 acres, 2,000, I don't care. As long as I can build a house and grow food and support a family and kind of live in this world the way that I want to live. And let other people do the same. That's all I'm after. So this is one step in the process. All right, moving on up. Literally and figuratively. All right, the axle is going to be very close to clearing that. I think it will clear it. I think. I made so much progress. Forgot to pay attention to something very important. This has got to come up and over. Okay, so that means it's got to be back up a little bit, but still not cut completely loose. This one may be cut completely loose. And this very heavy. And that has to, gotta have some more slack here. And if I let that out, I don't know how much that's gonna do now. So gotta give it. Stop on it there. Pull it off in there. And let's see what now. There it is. Don't like this at all. Low battery. Oh. Cool. So, side story, but I feel like side stories are pretty important to successful travel vlogs. I don't know how to say this. I've been having a lot of luck lately with the ladies on Tinder. And it's strange to say that I'm on Tinder at all, but I am. I said, what the heck, why not? Who knows what might come of it. And I met this girl I really like. And I don't know what to do, but that's what that is. I do know what to do. You be honest with her, be her friend no matter what. And just be grateful for whatever happens. And be okay with whatever doesn't happen. Because she's a very special, lovely human being, just like we all are. And no matter what comes of it, she deserves someone to be honest with her and to care about her and to see her as a whole human being. Just like I want people to see me. And I'm grateful that we spent some nice time together. Then the messages that you may or may not have heard come through on my phone while it was recording are actually from another girl on Tinder. So if you're just friends, technically, and in practice, with the people you meet on Tinder, should you tell each, like, do I need to say, hey, by the way, just want to let you know I'm talking to someone else on Tinder too, and actually like 3 other people? Or is that a given? I'll say it at some point. We'll find out. She might be like, oh, me too. So yeah, that's interesting. It's like Tinder is kind of a weird way to meet somebody, but at the same time, once you meet them, you know them just like you would know them if you'd met them some other way, so why does it really matter? And in a way, it's just kind of a means of being frank, like, hey, I want to meet people. I'm just going to put that out there. I'm not going to, like, just pretend that I'm not looking to meet people and just see if it happens or not. Like, yeah, I do want to meet people. And whatever I want besides that, we'll talk about. But definitely, very much at least, would be interested in meeting some people. And I guess once I kind of got over that hurdle and said that's okay, that's what has been happening. What do I want to do? I want to loosen this. Get up, get it taut. I need to move this one up here. I'm gonna shut this off for a minute. If the battery runs out, I don't want to lose everything, just a little bit. And let's go again. Let's bring this all the way to the back. I feel like this is kind of about the time in most TV shows where you want to have a catastrophe to make things more interesting, right when you think you're getting to the end. But I'm going to try very hard to not have a catastrophe. So, I apologize in advance if there is no catastrophe and this doesn't get interesting. I've already cleared the jack on the trailer that's on the ground, so no catastrophe there. Again, very sorry. When this thing actually drops down, when the old trailer actually drops down onto the nice trailer, there's a remote possibility that a catastrophe will occur at that point. So, wait and see. The real catastrophe is that my battery's gonna run out before then, and then you'll miss the catastrophe, which would be catastrophic. So, sorry, it's a really boring shot of me, of nothing at all. Anyways, to continue the aside story, this second girl who I just met on Tinder, after talking to her for about 7 minutes and feeling that it was going pretty well, I invited her to go on this trip with me to Colorado and then Utah. And I think the common thought there is that would not go well. But she didn't accept the invite to the trip, but she did say, hey, I'm actually boarding in Colorado next weekend. I'll be here on these dates. And I'm not sure what those messages I just got said, but the fact that I got messages tells me she didn't block me. So, anyways, I'm thinking maybe we'll meet up and go skiing. Wow. Oof. Final push. Getting tough. Maybe we'll have that catastrophe after all. The reason it's getting tough because there's like this final little. I know why it's getting tough. Gosh darn it. Because it's hung up on the axle down there. And again, it's making such good progress. I did not notice at all. That was not good. Yeah. Pull it. Thankfully, I think the axle is much stronger than the jack. So I don't think I did any damage to the axle. I sure hope not, because the big one is not my trailer. The little one I'm pulling on is. Definitely don't want to damage the trailer that's towing. And actually I don't want to damage my trailer either. Let's do this. So it wasn't the little uphill at all that was causing the problem. Let's get her done. Uh-oh. Almost had that catastrophe after all. I almost dropped it. Almost dropped this trailer right onto the fenders of the other trailer. So how, in order to avert that catastrophe, I need to make this higher. In order to make that higher, higher rhymes with higher. So theoretically, if tire rhymes with higher, then a tire should hire it. And no one will hire me. Except this poor guy who already did it. big. This is exactly why you should always have a spare. Because my spare is where the spare is supposed to be. And the spare is here where it can be spared. It did not spare my thumb. Perfect. Definitely did not spare the thumb. Oh well. Flesh wound. Oh. Did not spare the board either. Yikes. That board is not as strong as I hoped it was. Okay. The question remains, am I as strong as I hope I am? Nope. Goes up. Doesn't go in. Maybe I am. Great. Great, okay. Tighten this up. Gotta loosen in order to tighten. Step. So last. Okay. No. Are you serious? Unbelievable. Really unbelievable. All right. There we go. Bring this one back. All the way back here. And why is it always on the strap? Took one more just in case. case cut off before finishing. Still got ways to go, really. What's the better view, me or the trailer? I hope me. Well, this is a harebrained idea gone surprisingly well. To be honest, I thought that I would simply have to take 2 trips from Daytona Beach to Tallahassee. One for the first trailer, which I'm dropping off to the customer, and one for the second trailer, which I am continuing onward with towards Colorado and then Santa Fe. But it appears at this point in time that it's going to be possible to trailer the trailer. So on the to-do list tonight, I think I'm going to stop this here, or I'll show you a picture of it or something once it's tied down. On the to-do list tonight, put everything back in the top trailer, take pictures of some stuff that I found stuffed at the curb when I was doing DoorDash today, and which I then stuffed in my van to stuff in this stuff storage unit. Take some pictures of it, put it on Facebook Marketplace so that I can put gas in my tank. Hopefully by tomorrow sell some stuff for less than it's worth, because I got it for free after all. Make a quick sale. And have enough gas to get to Tallahassee, and then we'll go from there. And then obviously secure everything back in this trailer and be all ready to go for tomorrow, and then take the dog for a run, and then camp in my van down by the river or even the bayou, because someone's renting my apartment tonight, because I can't afford for someone to not rent my apartment. So, así son las aventuras de noche. Adios. All right. Here we are, partway through this job. Decided to call it enough for the night. And I must say that aside from that one time when I hit that guy's truck in the Discount Tire parking lot, I really feel like a professional driver. I mean, look at this. I swear, first try. Oops. Okay, second try on direction of the garage door, but first try, I'm backing in. Heck yes. It's like I'm good at this, which I'm not. No, but that's how you get good. You just act like you are good until you actually are good. And I mean, this looks pretty professional, right? As long as this trailer doesn't fall off of this trailer at some point during the trip, I'm going to claim that it looks professional because it is. But if this trailer falls off this trailer at any point, then I'm going to call it a learning experience. Anyway, I just need to grab all this stuff out of the van. You wouldn't believe what people throw away. Unscented votives? Whatever that is. I mean, it's an empty box, actually. But I mean, come on. Tub and tile siliconized acrylic caulk. You know how much that costs? Me neither. So, let's see if the dog wants to eat. Filming with one hand, as always. Doing stuff with the other hand. You hungry, Petoskey? Okay, come on. Come on. Come out the front door. Good boy. Get some water to start with, and then I'm gonna fill up your food. Come here. Come here. Have a drink. I'm actually thirsty too. I can get you some food as soon as I can access it.